this week I refined the internal structure of the piece, trying to clarifying the contrast between the 7/8 part and the 5/8 part. So to create more variations inside the mechanical flow of my machine, musical machine. But then I worked on my voice, so I recorded my own voice on Logic, and I did a patch to create 3 voice texture, basically, something like an acoustic pad, to keep the coherence between the idea that in Technos, in this nation, we have just acoustical sounds, and when we will go one day in Axia, there will be just digital sounds, probably. Who knows it? Let's see. But I also felt quite a strong dissatisfaction, and this is something good, actually, and I will tell you why. Because right now the structure of the song works, but something still seems to be missing, to me at least. So the piece is coherent, but it's also monolithic, okay? It's something that describes just the machine. And there's something that it doesn't work because, until now I constructed the song, the composition, in separate parts. I mean, it was something like an architectural process where I added different things, different objects, and everything works quite fine, okay, but it still lacks of something like vitality, something that should come by interplay with other musicians that I will not have in this composition, and something that I will try to get playing the entire song from the beginning to the end. So in this way, I will introduce a bit more of human presence in this composition, but still the narrative dimension is not fully developed, and there is this machine arriving, and then there is the motion that continues in a rather hypnotic way, and this repetition works, but it also represents just the mechanical aspect of the machine. And I need to create a tension between variation and repetition. So I feel the need of another layer that could introduce in this composition kind of something like a story in the structure of this composition. So since on this machine there are 2 living beings like Anesh and Ku, I think I will have to go in that direction. And so this week I want to try an experiment. When the voices will enter, I will use that moment to create a dreamlike space. When Anesh enter in an intuitive contact with Ku, like in a dream, in a suspended place, I don't know. And these should be introduced by notes of a sigma chord. And what is a sigma chord? It's something I introduced earlier in this project. It's a very special chord. I will not tell you what it is. It's a very special chord, okay? And I will add these 5 notes at the top of the voice, so that Anesh and Ku have their intuitive contact. And this should be something like a non-verbal communication between the 2 characters, when Anesh understands the deeper meaning of the journey that they are doing from the cave to Technos. So this helps me giving a narrative structure to the composition, because if I don't do that, I just feel as someone who create objects. But I need symbols, stories, something deeper that makes me satisfied of my composition. So at the end, I should have 3 layers. The one who is just the physical movement of the machine at the beginning of the composition. Then the mechanical architectural structure of the music. And then this narrative section, a symbolic section. And this makes me more happy about that. I will see when I do it. And then I will still have to develop the technical guitar part with the cells of 2, 5, and 7 notes that rises and probably fall. I will see. And I think that this dissatisfaction is something very important for me, because it pushed me to search and hopefully to find something inside me, actually, because composing music is just finding ourselves more than any other thing, I would say. So I hope the next week I will feel that this composition will be completed, and I will be finally ready to record it from the beginning to the end and to conclude it. Let's see it. I hope to see you here again. Ciao.